Hello everyone, welcome back to EngVlog, and today in this lesson we're going to learn some phrases that we use or that we should use when we introduce ourselves or others to somebody else. Okay, so welcome 10 phrases for introductions. Okay, number one. I just wanted to introduce myself. Or I am, then you should say I am and put your name. So I just wanted to, wanted, this word sometimes is pronounced like wanted, okay, but it's actually wanted, right? But in native speakers, when they speak, in rather informal style, usually sometimes they make like a sound like wanted, okay, so as if there were no t, okay, wanted, okay, you may follow, no problem, okay. So I just wanted to introduce myself, okay, so you are telling to somebody else, somebody new, okay, and you should say something about you, right? So you could say, I just wanted to introduce myself. I just wanted to introduce myself, okay. And then you put your name. Your name. Jack, Mac, Kathy, Catherine, Katrina, okay? Number two, I don't think we've met before. My name is, then your name. I mean, among these, I would choose instead of this one. Choose this one because it's really, kind of interesting and, of course, a little bit, uncommon way to introduce. So I don't think we've met before. So you're saying that I don't think we've met before. It's the very first time we are meeting each other, right? So then you can say your name. My name is Jack, Mac, Kathy. Okay. So number three, this is when you say this is, you can use this phrase, this is for yourself or for others when you want to make them introduced to others, okay. So for example, there is another man, so this is Mr. Pen, and Mr. Pen, this is Mr. Rubber or eraser, okay. Or you could use this phrase for yourself as well, so you could say this is Mac. Well, it's rather informal, okay. So you can say that 1 and 2, these first two phrases are used to introduce yourself, okay. And number 3 is introduce for others. I'd like you to meet, okay. So when you are introducing somebody to others, okay, so you could say, I'd like you to meet Mr. Empty, Mr. No Man, okay. So I'd like you to meet Mr. Camera, okay. So hi, this is Mr. Pen, and Mr. Pen, that is the camera. Okay, nice to meet you. So you can use this phrase, I'd like you to meet. That means you are telling somebody else, you are making someone introduced to somebody else. Okay. Next comes, have we met? Sorry, have you met? Have you met? For same situation, I can say, Mr. Pen, that Pen, have you met Mr. Camera? Have you met Mr. Camera? Have you met? Have you met Mr. Camera? Okay, so I'm asking. That means I want the person, I want Mr. Pen to introduce that wise, okay? So, have you met Mr. Camera? Okay. So this one is also used for others. And 6, I'd like to introduce you to the same. These 3 actually are used in same situation. So once again, I'd like to introduce you to 2. So here is my one-to-one companion. So I'd like you to introduce I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Camera. That means I want you to introduce to Mr. Camera, okay, for same situations. So 4, 5, 6 are for others. You should use them when you want others to introduce with someone else, okay. Number 7, nice to meet you. Well, nice to meet you, usually it is not used at the very beginning of an introduction, right? It's a kind of, saying goodbye. Okay. So nice to meet you, but we will talk about it later. Okay. And number 8, it's a pleasure to meet you. Okay. You can say that. These are phrases that are used in and when we just end up our meeting or introduction. Okay. We just when we are about to leave, about to say goodbye. Okay. So we're going to talk about it later. And number 9 and 10, likewise and you. Well, these aren't used when we introduce someone, okay? But when someone says nice to meet you or it's a pleasure to meet you, you can use either of them, no problem. For example, if I say nice to meet you, Mr. Cannon, and Mr. Cannon says likewise, or you could say and you. That means it was also nice to meet you too. Okay, so you can say that these two are responses can be used as response to these two phrases. So likewise or and you. Maybe I told you, maybe I made a mistake. Okay, these, yeah, these are the responses when you use them. Okay, if you use nice to meet you or it's a pleasure to meet you, you can expect any of them, either of these phrases. Okay, so if I say nice to meet you, you could say likewise or and you. If I say it's a pleasure to meet you, you could say likewise or and you. Well, this is all about, okay, phrases for introductions. I hope you understood the lesson very well and you're going to use them when you introduce yourself to others or when you introduce others to someone else. And of course, some responses likewise and you. Well, if you like the video, just hit the thumbs up below and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to your YouTube channel, EngVlog. Hope to see you. Bye-bye. Just wanted to introduce myself. Jack, Mac, Kathy, Catherine, Katrina, Jack, Mac, Kathy. This is Mr. Pen, and Mr. Pen, this is Mr. Rubber.